All right. I want to welcome y'all to our Transfer Tuesday event. Today is pre-registration, where we will be covering, looking at DegreeWorks and understanding what it's trying to tell us, as well as logging into Web for Students and going ahead and putting your classes, picking out your classes when the schedule is published on Monday. Picking those out, putting them in your cart so that way, based on your classification, you can just log in and register for what you've already picked out. So for now, we're going to look at Ace the Eagles, DegreeWorks. And just because this is the program that I advise the most, I went ahead and let Ace be majoring in psychology with a minor in sociology. But what we're going to talk about is going to be generic to any program for the most part. So within your DegreeWorks, what you can see is it has a lot of information here, but you want to focus on your student view. And here you can see your advisors. You'll typically have one or two faculty advisors and then one academic advisor. And then you can see your degree, major, and classification is right here at the top. And right now, Ace is a freshman, but this is where you're going to see, you're going to determine what date you're going to register for classes. Seniors, you can register as early as April 15th. Juniors is going to be April 19th. Sophomores, April 21st. And I don't think we have any freshmen, but just in case, April 23rd. So you'll get that information here at the top of DegreeWorks. For most of our, or a lot of our majors, you do need to be paying attention to the unmet conditions. This is where you might find some hidden electives that you'll need to take that might not be listed anywhere in your major and minor. So you need to make sure you are paying attention to this, because out of your 120 hours that are required for your degree, for psychology, for instance, 54 of those hours have to be upper division. Now, general studies, I believe it's 45, some are like 48. I mean, some are some weird numbers, but be paying attention to what is still required. And then not many of our students, but some will still have some general education requirements. So be paying attention to those. And sometimes students will come in and they'll say, well, I took that class somewhere else. And it could just be a case of it's popping up down here in the electives and DegreeWorks is not pulling it in properly. And we just have to call over to the registrar's office and they can move it where it needs to go. So look over your general education requirements. Make sure your classes are pulling in properly. And then we get down into the major. Let's see. Sometimes the major requirements, they require that the courses, you have a certain GPA, that your courses require that you make at least a C within your major courses. So be paying attention to that, because sometimes a D will not suffice. And then minor. At this point, Dina, do you have any questions? And I called Dina out because you are our only student on the panel right now, but do you have any questions about navigating DegreeWorks that maybe some other students might have?
No, it's pretty clear that I will say that
Okay. All
45
right.
semester hours is important.
Yes. And you are your major actually, and this is for anybody else that's majoring in mass comm. You do need to make sure you are on the current catalog year, because they have made some changes. It's going to make your life a little easier. So when you get down to your last 2 or 3 semesters, maybe even 4 semesters, start communicating with your faculty advisor, because there's going to be some things that we as academic advisors might not be aware of. So you've got a good support system between your faculty advisors and your academic advisors. So communicate with all of us, so that way you don't have anything hit you out of left field your last semester when you think you're going to be graduating. Um, Okay, so for now, we understand that we can look at what courses are required in DegreeWorks. And in case you weren't aware, all of these courses are hyperlinks and you can click on them and it will pop up a little screen and it'll let you know if that course is going to be offered in the summer or the fall. If it pops up and shows just a blank screen, chances are that class is not offered. I doubt there's been a mistake, especially come Monday when they publish the schedule. So you can start planning some things out for your, you can even map it out to graduation if you want to. Um, which leads me into what do we do after we've looked at DegreeWorks and kind of have an idea of what we want to take. You'll log into your Web for Students and we've got the schedule planner. I was playing around with it, so there's no telling what's going to pop up in here. All right, I want to, how do I get rid of it? I need to clear my cart. I'm going to start over. Okay. So I want to start thinking about where do I want to take my classes? And for now, I've got main campus and online. However, we do have NTCC options as well as some other things. I don't know a whole lot about Region 8 Service Center. And then we have some RELIS options, but you're more than welcome to, if you have any questions about those, you can email us individually and we'll be happy to help you out there. And so what I did was I went through, and I'm a psychology major, and right now mine is pulling in spring, but come Monday, it'll pull in summer and fall. So it'll look a little different. But I just went through and I picked out some psychology classes that I needed. And then I'm going to add in some more because let's say I needed an upper division elective and I wanted to pick some criminal justice classes. I want to work with kids, so hey, I'm going to see if this one will work. I'm just going to go through and add some things that I want to take. I'm going to do 15 hours this semester. I'm going to do sociology. So these are the courses that I'm interested in doing. So now I want to see what kind of schedule it's going to generate for me. If there's going to be any issues. Right now, it gave me a couple of options, but let's say we're going to take lunch. We're not playing around here. Lunch is important, and I'm going to do that every day. Now, the more breaks you go and add in there, the more it's going to mess up your schedule. As you can see, let's generate another one. Wasn't a big deal. And so I can get in here and it shows me what my schedule will potentially look like based on the courses that I wanted to take. And I say, okay, well, I really like that one. I'm going to send it to my shopping cart. And so now I can add it. Well, we can't do anything for spring, but I can add it to the worksheet or I can save my cart so that way, let's say you're a senior and you can register on the 15th, then you can go back to your schedule planner and you can register for your classes because you've already gone through and picked them out. And one thing y'all can do is come Monday when they publish the schedule and you've gone through all this and you're just not sure, you want to make sure, you can just email us and say, hey, these are the classes I picked out. What do you think? And then we can look at it and give you our blessings or our input, and you can make changes, or you can just be ready for the day that you're able to register based on your classification and be on your way. Does anybody have any questions or anything you want to add? All right. Tough crowd. Okay, so if that's all we have, we will end it here, and we will be putting this up on our Facebook page. And in case you didn't notice, this is our Facebook. I guess that's our picture. It's Transfer Student Services. I just drew a blank on our actual name. How bad is that? Does anybody know it right off and want to chime in? I found it. It's Transfer Student Services at TAMUT. If you want to find us on Facebook, where we will post this video as well as anything we do from here on out and what we've done in the past. So if no one has any questions or input, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. Maybe.
Oh, Stephanie,
Uh-huh.
I was just gonna add, students that are planning to take summer courses and fall courses have to register for the summer courses first.
Okay.
For it to save it in the system. So they'll need to do this process, and they'll have a cart. They can have a cart for both terms, but they need to register for their summer classes first. If you try to go and register for fall and then go back and register for summer, it'll kick out those fall classes.
I got you. Okay. All right. That's good to know. But either way, just make sure you're registering for your classes before you leave for the semester, before the semester's over. That way you can make sure you get the courses you want and when they're offered, because if you wait too long, the classes will fill up and you'll be left holding the bag, I guess we can say, and waiting until future semesters to take them. And like with the case of psychology, some of those classes are only offered in the spring or only offered in the fall. And if you miss it this fall, you'll be sitting there waiting a whole year to get your class. So don't wait too long to get registered for classes. All right, so we will end that here. And as always, reach out to us. You should know your academic advisor. Like I said, you can find that here on DegreeWorks. You can get our name, get our email even. But if you're just lost, you don't know who to contact, you can email transferservices@tamut.edu and we will get a hold of you. Y'all have a great day.